Good evening and welcome to everyone. Can somebody confirm if my audio is working fine? Perfect. First and foremost, officially welcome to the plenary of the NGA 2021, the second online plenary we're going to have. And without further delays, I would like to announce and declare the plenary officially open. And with that, lead to the introduction of our plenary team, which is being led by Dr. Pranav Prashant, who's the chairperson. The co-chairperson is Kritika Malik, and we also have 2-minute takers as a part of the plenary team, Ms. Payal Rai and Ms. Lahil Desai. So I would like to hand over to Pranav to officially take over the further proceedings of the plenary. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Prabha. And a huge welcome to everyone to this online plenary that we're having for the second time. I hope everyone can hear me and see me, and also see the screen that is being shared. This will be the screen that you will be observing throughout the entire plenary. But before we start with the entire plenary, we will have the roll call. Okay, Shiva, any problems? Okay, perfect. Again, maintaining the ground rules of any plenary, any online meeting. One, we would keep ourselves muted unless we wish to speak. And if we wish to speak, unmute, speak, go back to mute again. Simple. And so without any further ado, welcome. And we will begin with the roll call. Kritika, next slide, please. This is the order of the roll call. Please be ready and speak clearly. I would like to hear a present within.
Roll call.
Have some disturbance. I would like to hear a present within the first 10 seconds of calling out your name. And again, we require 2/3 of the EBTO to be present for quorum and to continue the plenary. So I hope everyone is here. And without further ado, we will start with the roll call first of the plenary team. Pranav Prashant, that is myself, I am present. Kritika Malik, co-chairperson.
Present.
Perfect. Payal Rai, minute taker.
Present.
Shail Desai, minute taker.
Present.
Okay. Now for the roll call of the executive board and the team of officials, starting with the executive board. Pura Pravati, president.
Present.
Perfect. Molly Mehta, DPE.
Present.
Katya Saxena, VPI.
Present.
Kritika Mishra, VPA.
Present.
Chaitanya Kalra, VPF.
Present.
Dhrumil Patil, VPCB. Dhrumil Patil, VPCB. Is not present. Anandya Agarwal, VPX.
Present.
Now we're going on to the TO, team of official. Shagufta Rahman, VPRC. Not present. Salman Khan, NPO.
Present.
Arpita Pava, NPO.
Present.
Henna Bandari, Nord.
Present.
Ishika Kaul, Nord. Not present. Varisha Fatima, Nora.
Present.
Urmi Jindal, Nora.
Present.
Nishan Nagpal, Nomi. Not present. Kosha Gala, Nomi.
Present.
Jay Kumar Patel, Nori.
Present.
SM Shiva Sandesh Nori. Present. Ishika, I will call your name out at the end again. Tahir Tinwala, Neo.
Present.
Manav Ghai, Neo. Not present. Rahul Chaudhary, RD North.
Present.
Kartike Oja, RD East.
Present.
Arya Shah, RD West.
Present.
Gayatri Priya V, RD South.
Present.
Okay. Calling out. Who did I miss? Just a minute. Calling out Ishika call again. Ishika call. Not.
Am I audible?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay. I'm present. Sorry.
Okay. Ishika call present. Okay.
Pranav,
With,
Pranav,
yeah,
are the RDs present? I was experiencing connection issues at that time.
yeah. All the RDs are present.
Okay, thank you.
Can you tell me how many are present? You can.
In total, we have 20 from EBPO and
Okay. 20 from the EBPO. Perfect. So we have achieved quorum. The plenary is officially open and on. We will just taking a short break. Have the Sukko join. Dr. Sneha Sunil.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Is there anyone else of the Sukko here? Dr.
Yeah.
Aman?
Rajas will be joining in soon.
Dr. Rajesh and Dr. Aman. There's Dr. Aman joining.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, he will be in a bit.
Okay, cool. Let me know. Let me know as the minute takers would have to add this to the minutes.
All right.
Perfect. But we will continue with the plenary.
Cool.
Perfect. Now we have achieved quorum. Congratulations. The plenary is on. Now we will go on to the next slide, which is the basics of plenary, because again, we still need to revise every time how the plenary works. And we also have a lot of people who have not been to a plenary or probably don't remember how a plenary happened. COVID has been a tough time. Okay, so going to the next slide. First requirement is to have a quorum. Quorum is 2/3 of EBTO. We have achieved quorum, which was 20. Quorum was required of 16. Congrats, step 1 done. So we will have multiple things for today. We have bylaw change proposals to vote on. We have policies to vote on, and we have guidelines to vote on. For a bylaw change proposal, we will have simple majority as a voting standard, which is more than 50%. In a bylaw change proposal, if there is a direct negative, I will explain what all these words are. But if there is a direct negative with an alternative motion, that means there are two options. We will be using relative majority. Whoever gets the highest number of votes passes. For documents, policies, and guidelines, we will require 2/3 majority, which is we require 16 or above. 16, at least 16 for it to be adopted. If we get less than 16 votes, it won't be adopted. This is also depending on if there are 24 people available on call at that time. If there are less than 24, the number drops. Elections, I will also explain this tomorrow, but again, we will require 2/3 majority for a candidate to become elected. Relative majority for top two candidates if two people get 2/3 majority. And finally, for if there is a voter confidence that is required, 2/3 majority. While voting, you will have three options: for, against, and abstention. Abstentions means your vote is not counted and it won't appear in the denominator. For example, if 24 people are there, which is the EBTO currently, and you abstain, and 2 people abstain, the denominator becomes 22. So the total votes are out of 22. And we will only be counting the for and against in that. So 22, and usme we will have simple majority, relative majority, or two-third majority. Okay. I hope you have all understood this part. We will move on to the next slide, which is the simplest level that I would love that it goes forward. It is people have the EBTO or members of the MSAI have proposed a motion, a bylaw change proposal. I will ask for amendments. I will ask for direct negatives. If there are direct negatives, I will ask for an alternative motion. There might be a vote on it, and then finally going to a vote. Next slide. We will go forward almost in this way, where an original motion is there. An original motion will require someone is a proposer, will require a seconder for an original motion to continue. If we do not have a seconder, the original motion fails and will not go forward. A seconder is any member of the EBTO except the person who is proposing the original motion. Then the next call will be for amendments. If they require any particular change to be made to the original motion, the amendment will have to be accepted by the proposer and by the seconder to be incorporated into the original motion. If it is not accepted by the proposer and the seconder, there will be a vote. Simple as that, which will go by relative majority. And then after amendments, we will have direct negatives. If someone does not like the bylaw change proposal, we go with direct negative. Will require simple majority. If there is no alternative motion, if there is an alternative motion, we will require relative majority. Simple as that. Go for alternative motion, go to verdict. Again, an alternative motion does require a seconder too. Now moving on to the next slide. Just again an explanation of the same thing that I've mentioned before. Next slide. Again, motion, there is a seconder. If there's no seconder, motion fails. If there is a seconder, goes to amendment. If there are no amendments, no direct negative, motion passes nemo contra. It means motion passes without any opposition. And we will move forward happily. Next slide. If there were amendments, the proposer accepts, the seconder accepts, the motion is incorporated into the original motion. Ask for any more amendments, follow the same line. There are no more amendments, we go to direct negatives. And you know the procedure of a direct negative. And now the next slide. This is the entire mess or the beauty of what a plenary and a bylaw change proposal and everything can be. And I hope we dwell more into this during this entire plenary session. So we move on to the next slide, which is a mock plenary that I will have so that everyone gets used to whatever they're supposed to do. Next slide, please. Yeah, sorry, mock proposal 1. This is how a BCP would be looking like and how I would go on forward with the BCP. We have a proposer, ABC, position of the proposer, president. Original bylaw, 1.1, the older you get, the better you get. Proposed change to the bylaw, 1.1, the older you get, the better you get, unless you're a banana. Explanation, banana. For this, I would require a second. Is there any seconders? To become a seconder, you either raise your hand or you write in the chat. I would prefer you write in the chat. And I would pick your seconder. Perfect. We have Arisha, who's the seconder. Kritika, you can write in the slide. Perfect. Okay. We have a seconder. Do we have any amendments? We don't have any amendments. Do we have a direct negative? We don't have a direct negative. This motion passes NEMO contra. This is an example of how a BCP would go forward. Perfect. Now we move on to the next mock proposal. This one, here I would hope that you all get to try out your NEMO vote and I get to know that if it's working or not. So in short, I would like to see a direct negative. Proposer is CAB, position the better president. Original bylaw 2.13, when in trouble, cry. Proposed changes to the bylaw 2.13, when in trouble, cry for help. Explanation, help will make trouble go away. Do we have a seconder? Purva Prabha. Do we have any amendments? We don't have any amendments. Do we have a direct negative? Arya, do you wish to do you have any alternative motion?
No, I don't.
Perfect. So we go to a vote. The vote will be by simple majority. I will open the vote. Please log into your NEMO votes. The vote is currently open. Please vote. Seventeen votes have been submitted. Waiting for 7 more. Six more. If anyone is having issues with logging into NEMO vote, please let me know. The login details were sent to you on your email. If you can't find it, please check your promotions or spam IDs on your personal email. I will spend my time on this vote because this is to make sure. Oh wait, makes sense. How many people are on call right now? Minute takers. I mean, who all are present for the with voting rights?
We are having 20 people.
20 people. Okay, so we still waiting for 2 more people. Can I have the last two people to vote? Okay. I think there's some issue on your side. Shiva, yes.
Hi, Pranav. I'm unable to log in.
Did you get the login details at least?
Yes, I have the login credentials, but I'm unable to log in, and I'm pretty sure I didn't find the password.
I think only one person. I think it's you who's left. I'm not sure. Katya, would you be able to help with this?
Yeah, I'll just try.
Yeah, we will have to wait because again, we require everyone's votes. And Dr. Sneha Sunil is telling us that Dr. Rajas has joined. Fire and Child, you can add it to the minutes. He's a member of the supervising council as well as Dr. Sneha Sunil.
Pranav, I voted. Thank you.
Perfect. Yes, we have received 20 votes. And the votes are as follows. In favor are 13 votes. Against are 7 votes with no abstentions. This is simple majority. The motion passes with simple majority. And congratulations, you have successfully voted for a BCP. Again, not BCP, but still, good job. So we will now go forward with this is how a BCP would work. You will be given time. I will give you time at least 15 to 20 seconds for each thing. I will read out every bylaw. Okay, Kritika, yes. No. There will be proposer, there will be position, original bylaw, proposed change to the bylaw will be read out, explanation. I will ask the proposer to explain further if they wish to. I will ask for a seconder. Please write your name down in the chat. I will ask for amendments. Amendments, if there are any amendments, please state your name and write the amendment in the chat because it will be tough for a minute taker and also for a co-chair to write it down as fast as you speak. Again, I will give you time for amendments. I will give you time for direct negatives. I will give you time for alternative motion. If you wish to have a speakers list, please say so. If it seems like a big BCP, I myself will ask you for the speakers list. If anyone wishes to speak, I will state the number of speakers that I'm accepting, and you have to write your names in the chat. The first, whatever speakers I ask for, those names will be the ones counted in the speakers list. If you wish to open another speakers list, very well ahead, you can go ahead and do so, and I will open floor for another speakers list. It is as simple as that. No need to be worried. Hopefully everyone's Nemo vote is working now perfectly. And now we go to the next slide. Okay. Luckily, we have very little BCPs for this time, and everyone can. So I will go very slowly. You have to listen carefully. Time will be given for everything. And as explained before, you have to be ready with your amendment because these PCPs were sent online and hopefully you have gone through all of it. And if you have any change, you might have already had one in your mind before. So do keep it ready and put it in the chat immediately as you say your amendment. You also have to speak out your amendment or your direct negative or whatever. Perfect. Now we will officially start with the BCPs that I have received. So we have proposal 1. The proposer is Katya Saxena, position Vice President, Internal Affairs. The original bylaw, 5.1.4. The organizing committee will be selected by a vote of the executive board and team of officials, and regional representation should be taken into account. The proposed changes are seen in green color. The bylaw reads now as the organizing committee will be selected by a vote of the executive board and team of officials, and regional representation should be taken into account. The election will be by 2/3 majority, and the EPTO members in the organizing committee will not have a voting right. The explanation given by Katya reads as follows: conflict of interest if EPTO and OC has voting rights, specifying the votes needed for winning election. Katya Saxena, do you have any more explanation to give?
No, I do not.
Perfect. Does anyone want a speakers list? Does anyone want to speak? I see none. Do we have a seconder? Ritika. Ritika Mishra. Do we have any amendments? I see none. Do we have a direct negative? I see none. The motion passes by Nemo contract. Perfect. Now we move on to proposal number 2. Proposal 2, tabled by Katya Saxena, position VPI. The original bylaw, there wasn't any. Proposed change to the bylaw is a new bylaw that is being added. 6.17, any member or non-member can be held accountable for inappropriate behavior, including but not limited to bullying, defamation, harassment, and action can be taken against them that includes but is not limited to termination of membership as per section 13 and / or legal action as decided by the executive board. The explanation given reads as follows: adding a course of action in bylaws in case of inappropriate behavior to promote accountability of actions. Do we have a seconder? Five. Varisha. Varisha Fatima. Okay. Just in time, Varisha. Everyone do type fast. I will only give 10 seconds for seconders. If there are no seconders, the motion will fail. Do we have any amendments?
Yes, I have an amendment.
Chaitanya Kalra, amendment, please.
Oh, at the end, just add in consultation with the supervisory council. I'll send it in chat as well.
So now it reads as any member or non-member can be held accountable for inappropriate behavior, including but not limited to bullying, defamation, harassment, and action can be taken against them that includes but is not limited to termination of membership as per section 13 and / or legal action as decided by the executive board. The addition in consultation with the supervisory council. Does the proposer accept?
I do.
Does the seconder accept?
Yes, I do.
Perfect. This motion is incorporated. This amendment is incorporated into the original motion. Do we have any other amendments? I see none. Do we have a direct negative? I see none. The motion passes Nemo contra. And now we move on to proposal number 3. tabled by Katya Saxena, position VPI. The original bylaw reads as follows: 8.2.3.7. Collect the new MSAI registration details and update and maintain the MSAI membership database along with the regional directors. 8.2.3.8. Share details of the new memberships every month with the executive board. I'm sorry, the last one. 8.2.3.8 is a separate DCP. My mistake. It will be in proposal 4. The proposed change to this bylaw is removed. The explanation given is duties of VPI. Does the VPI want to explain more?
These duties are being shifted to under the Vice President of Internal Affairs, who handles the membership process and registration of members.
Do we have a seconder? Salman Khan. Do we have any amendments? None. Do we have a direct negative? None. The motion passes. Nemo function. Proposal 4. Proposer is Katya Saxena, position VPI. The original bylaw 8.2.3.8 shared details of the new memberships every month with the executive board. The proposed changes to the bylaw is remove the bylaw. Explanation duties of VPI as explained before also. Do we have a seconder? Henna Bandari. No. Do we have any amendments? None. Do we have a direct negative? I see none. The motion passes. Nemo function. Now we go on to proposal 5. Tabled by Katya Saxena, position VPI. The original bylaw not there. New bylaw is add 8.2.4.15. Collect the new MSAI registration details and update and maintain the MSAI membership database along with the regional directors. Explanation: it is adding to the duties of the VPI. Do we have a seconder? Kartikeya Oja. Do we have amendments? I see none. Do we have a direct negative? See none. The motion passes. Nemo function. Now moving on to proposal 6. I would just like to ask the minute takers and co-chair, are they okay with the speed? Cool.
Do we have to write that proposed changes to bylaw and the original bylaw and the proposed? Do we have to write?
No. It's just you have to talk about the if seconders and any speakers are there and the other part. Everything
Okay, we have to
else,
start from the seconder.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
It's cool if you've been writing. If you feel you want to write that, you can write that. No issue. But not required.
Because I had missed because of
Okay. No issue. If that's too much to write, that's not required. I've already tabled it properly as proposed.
seconders amendments directly. I know the result.
Yeah. Start with seconders, start with speakers list. That's all. So now we are at proposal 6. Tabled by Katya Saxena, position VPI. The original bylaw does not exist. The proposed change to the bylaw is add 8.2.4.16. Share details of the new memberships with every month with the executive board. Explanation is adding to the duties of the VPI. Do we have a seconder? Arpita. Sorry, I missed. This is the first thing I saw. Arpita Pawar. Amendments. Do we have any amendments? None. Do we have a direct negative? None. The motion passes. Nemo function. Cool. Proposal 7. Chaitanya, please do not yawn on camera. Proposal 7, the table by Katya Saxena, position BPI. The original bylaw reads as follows: 11.2.6 is an undergraduate student studying in a medical college recognized by the Medical Council of India or within 1 year of graduation. The proposed change to the bylaw is an undergraduate student studying in India in a medical college recognized by the Medical Council of India or within 1 year of graduation. Explanation: there are MCI recognized colleges outside of the geographical boundary of India. Do you want to explain BPI?
I just want to clarify that this section comes under the section of elections, so who can stand for positions, and to specify here that we're looking for candidates within geographical boundary of India.
Thank you. Do you want a speakers list?
I do not.
And does anyone want a speaker list? Okay, none. Do we have a seconder? Urmi. Do we have any amendments? I see none. Do we have a direct negative? I see none. The motion passes. Nemo contract. Also adding to this point, this bylaw has been sent twice with 2 different changes. One is changing in India and second one is changing Medical Council of India to NMC. That will be, but in the second thing, this in India is not added. Will be added finally when it gets accepted and everything. Moving on to proposal 8, tabled by Katya Saxena, position BPI. Original bylaw reads 11.2.6 is an undergraduate student studying in India, which was incorporated before, in a medical college recognized by the Medical Council of India or within 1 year of graduation. Proposed change is an undergraduate student studying in a medical college recognized by the National Medical Council or within 1 year of graduation. The explanation given is MCI is now replaced by NMC, as you all know. Do we have a seconder? Anna. It's too fast, guys. Do we have amendments? None. Do we have a direct negative? I see none. The motion passes. Nemo contract. Katya, do you wish to speak? Proposal 9, tabled by Katya Saxena, position BPI. Original bylaw reads 12.4. The validity of the membership is for 7 years. However, to work within the administration of MSAI, the individual requires to meet the eligibility criteria as highlighted in the respective guidelines and bylaws. The proposed change to the bylaw, the validity of the membership is for a lifetime. However, to work within the administration of MSAI, the individual requires to meet the eligibility criteria as highlighted in the respective guidelines and bylaws. The explanation: it is reversing the validity of membership from 7 years to lifetime, as older members pay the registration fee previously for lifetime membership. Does the VPI wish to explain more?
Yes, this change was made previously to the bylaws. However, we'd want to continue with granting lifetime membership to a member who registers with MSAI.
Thank you. Do we have a seconder? Rahul? Do we have any amendments? I see none. Do we have a direct negative? I see none. The motion passes. Nemo contract. Proposal 10, tabled by Katya Saxena, position BPI. Original bylaw 12.7. Membership is valid for 7 years, after which the membership has to be renewed to be a part of the association. The proposed change to the bylaw is to remove the bylaw. Explanation: lifetime membership, therefore no renewal required. Do we have a seconder? Salman. Do we have amendments? I don't see any. Do we have a direct negative? I don't see any. The motion passes. Nemo contra. Moving on to proposal 11. It's a long boy. Tabled by Katya Saxena, position BPI. The original bylaw reads as follows. 12.8, honorary MSAI lifetime membership. 12.8.1, honorary MSAI lifetime membership. Members are members of MSAI who have greatly contributed to the achievements and aims of MSAI and are voted upon by the EBTO. 12.8.2, calls for candidates for honorary MSAI lifetime membership will be open at the National General Assembly. 12.8.3, they are voted upon by the Executive Board and team of officials by a 2/3 majority and have lifetime MSAI membership. 12.8.4, honorary MSAI lifetime members shall be invited to MSAI events. 12.8.5, honorary MSAI lifetime members shall pay a membership fee of ₹0 to MSAI. 12.8.6, the EBTO can take away the honorary lifetime membership from a person when they have violated the constitution or bylaws or when they have done considerable harm to MSAI. Such a decision requires a 2/3 majority. So many times honorary. The proposed change to the bylaw is to remove this bylaw. Thank you. Exclamation, lifetime memberships for all, hence no honorary lifetime membership. VP, do you wish to explain more?
No.
Thank you. Do we have a seconder? Salman. The others are for us slow. Do we have any amendments? We have none. Do we have a direct negative? I see none. The motion passes. Nemo contra. Now moving on to proposal number 12. I would like to do a roll call because again, it's been an hour since the plenary has started technically, and I don't know who's online and who's not. Can the minute takers just copy paste the tables from before? And I would. Let me know when you're copied. Just after the previous slide. Just after the previous slide, yeah.
Should I go back to the slide with the?
No, that's okay. That's okay. Slide has been copied. After proposal 11.
Do we have to say all the people out? Like
I
do we
will.
have to?
Yeah, I will be calling the people. Have you done? The only reason I'm taking this roll call is again to make sure quorum is present and also it's online, so people might lose connection and we might not know. Child pile, is it ready?
Yeah, we have the slide ready.
Okay, I will start by calling out the EB first, same order. Purva Prabha Patil,
Present.
Molly Mehta,
Present.
Katya Saxena,
Present.
Ritika Mishra,
Present.
Chaitanya Kalra,
Present.
Rumil Patil, not present. Anandya Agarwal,
Present.
Shagufta Rahman, not present. Salman Khan,
Present.
Arpita Pawar,
Present.
Anna Bandari,
Present.
Shika Kaul,
Present.
Varisha Fatima,
Present.
Urmi Jindal,
Present.
Nishan Nagpal, not present. Kosha Gala,
Present.
Jay Kumar Patil,
Present.
HM Shiva Sandesh,
Present.
Tahir Tinwala,
Present.
Manav Bhai, not present. Rahul Chaudhary,
Present.
Kartike Oja,
Present.
okay. Arya Shah,
Present.
Gayatri Priya V, okay. Someone's present. Okay, I think we have the same number of people who are present from before.
Yes.
Yeah,
Same like before.
perfect. So we have 20 voting members currently, and quorum is still present. And we will continue with the BCPs.
Pranav,
Propose.
to interrupt, I'm present.
Yeah. Urmi was mentioned as well. Yeah, I saw you.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, okay. Proposal number 12, tabled by VP Katya Saxena, VPI. Original bylaw 21.3. MSAI alumni are automatically considered honorary MSAI lifetime members. Proposed changes to the bylaw remove. Explanation: lifetime membership for all, hence no honorary lifetime membership. Do we have a seconder? I saw Kartikeya. Do we have any amendments? We have none. Do we have a direct negative? We have none. Motion passes. Nemo function. Moving on to the next proposal, that is proposal number 13. It is tabled by Katya Saxena. Position BPI. Original bylaw does not exist. New bylaw being added is 25.1.1.10. Abide by the MSAI privacy policy and terms and conditions. Explanation given. MSAI privacy policy and terms and conditions have been drafted and shared on the MSAI website. Members must abide by the same. Violation of this policy would amount to violation of bylaws. Does the VPI wish to explain more?
The privacy policy and terms and conditions has been drafted for the new MSAI website, which was launched this month. And violation of our privacy policy or terms and conditions would amount to violation of the bylaws, and hence this has been added as an amendment.
Thank you so much. Do we have a seconder? One, two, three. Varisha. Do we have any amendments? Do we have a direct negative? We have none. The result, motion passes by Nemo function. Proposal number 14, proposed by Katya Saxena, position VPI. The original bylaw does not exist. The new bylaw reads as follows: 12.2.3.5. The student will have access to limited opportunities within MSAI due to logical constraints. Explanation: as a lot of opportunities, such as workshops, activities, conferences, happen on ground within the NMO, they will not be accessible to students studying in other countries. Does the VPI wish to explain?
I would like to clarify that this amendment comes under the section of granting membership to medical students who study outside the NMO. and this has been added to ensure that they're aware that there will be a limitation in the opportunities available to them due to the logistic constraints of not being able to access our on-ground events, activities, conferences, workshops.
Thank you. Do we have a seconder? Hannah. Do we have any amendments? I see none. Do we have a direct negative? I see none. This motion passes nemo conform. Now coming to proposal 15, proposer Katya Saxena, position VPI. The original bylaw reads as follows: 8.2.4.14 to open calls for the IOG plenaries at least a month before the NGA or NWA. Proposed changes to the bylaw to open calls for the IOG plenaries at least 2 weeks before the NGA or NWA. Explanation: realistic deadline, and in accordance to deadlines mentioned in section for IOGs. Do we have a seconder? Parisha. Do we have any amendments? I see none. Do we have a direct negative? I see none. The result, the motion passes by nemo contra. We come to the last 3 proposals that we have, just keeping you in line. Proposal 16, proposers Katya Saxena, position is by VPI. Original bylaw 12.2.1, students studying a medical or paramedical degree in an educational institution recognized by the Medical Council of India, including : proposed changes to the bylaw reads as follows: students studying a medical or paramedical degree in an educational institution recognized by the National Medical Council, NMC, including : explanation: MCI is now replaced by NMC. Do we have a seconder? Rahul? Do we have any amendments? I see none. Do we have a direct negative? I see none. The motion passes by nemo contra. Proposal 70, tabled by Katya Saxena, position VPI. The original bylaw is 5.1.3. The calls for the organizing committee will be opened no later than 1st October of the ongoing term. The proposed changes to the bylaw read as follows: the calls for the organizing committee will be opened no later than 15th October of the ongoing term. Explanation: to make it in accordance with CB IOGs. Do we have a seconder? Anna? Do we have any amendments? I see none. Do we have a direct negative? I see none. The motion passes by nemo contra. Now coming to the last BCP for the day is proposal 18, proposer Katya Saxena, position VPI. Original bylaw 5.2.2. Proposal for an NWM is submitted to the Vice President of Capacity Building within 1 month of opening the calls and proposed to the Executive Board. The proposed changes to the bylaw: proposal for an NWM is submitted to the BPCB at least 1 month before the proposed date of the NWM and proposed to the Executive Board. Explanation: to make it in accordance with the CB IOGs. Do we have a seconder? Salman? Do we have any amendments? I see none. Do we have a direct negative? Okay, I see none. The motion passes. Emo contra. We are done with the bylaw change proposals for the day. Yay, guys. We will take, after this would be policy documents and guidelines. We will take a 5-minute break. If that's okay with you all, we will meet at 17:20. So, I mean 19:20, 7:20. Cool. Okay. Please be back. We will have roll call after that for the policies. The policies have to be voted by everyone. and it is 7:20. I hope everyone is back. I seem to see. Cool, perfect. Okay, so we will have the roll call again before we continue with the plenary. And yeah, Payal and Cher, are you ready with the roll call?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Perfect.
Ready.
Okay, it will follow the same order as before. EB first, DPRC, all the NOs, then the RDs. Be ready, say your name clearly. Pura Prabha Patil, President. Starting again, Purva Prabha Patil, not present. Molly Mehta, VPE,
Present.
present. Katya Saxena, VPI.
Present.
Ritika Mishra, VPA.
Present.
Chaitanya Kalra, VPF.
Then
Okay. Drumil Patil, VPCB. Not present. Anandya Agarwal, VPX.
Present.
Shagufta Rahman, VPRC. Not present. Salman Khan, NPO.
Present.
Arpita Pava, NPO.
Present.
Henna Bandari, North.
Present.
Ishika Kaul, North.
Present.
Varisha Fatima, Nora.
Present.
Urmi Jindal, Nora.
Present.
Nishal Nagpal, Nomi. Not present. Kosha Gala, Nomi.
Present.
Jaykumar Patel, Nori.
Present.
HM Shiva Sandesh, Nori.
Present.
Tahir Tinwala, Neo.
Present.
Manav Ghai, Neo. Absent. Rahul Chaudhary, RD North.
Present.
Kartikeya Oja, RD East. I accept that. Present. Arya Shah, RD West.
Present.
Gayatri Priya V, RD South. I did not hear anything. Absent.
Oh, present. I'm here.
Okay, Gayatri is present. Okay. What is the total number of voting people that we have
We
here?
have one less than before. We have one less than before. Right now it's 19.
19. We still have quorum. We have 19. And now we will be voting on policy documents. So 2/3 of 19 is how much? 12, 13.
12.
Yeah.
Yeah. 12 point something.
So we need 13 votes. We need 13 votes for 2/3 majority. That is for the policy to be adopted. The policies have been sent online on the MSAI server. I hope you have had time to read it. Each policy will not require a seconder. Each policy will go directly for voting. You require 2/3 votes for the policy to be adopted. The policy can be withdrawn in middle. Policy can fail if 2/3 votes are not reached. The 2/3 votes currently right now is 13. If the people who are absent appear in the middle, the number of voters and the number required for 2/3 will increase respectively. So now we will go forward with policy number 1. And this is the motion to adopt policy 1. The proposer of this motion is Molly Mehta, position VPE. The policy is the policy document for elderly rights. The policy proposer is Henna Bhandari and Ishika Kaul. We will now go for direct voting. Please log into your Nemo vote. The voting is currently open. Please vote. It reads as policy document on elderly rights. I have received 14 votes. I'm waiting for 5 more. $16 votes, 3 more left. 17. Okay. I'm still on 18 votes. I need 1 more vote. Minute takers, can you confirm if there were 19 voters or 18 voters? Okay, I have received 19 votes. I'm closing the vote. The results are, we have in favor 19 votes, against 0. So we have 100% majority. The motion passes by simple majority. Congrats. This policy has now been adopted. Now I hand over the chair. Oh wait, sorry, my bad. Policies require 2/3 majority. This policy has been adopted by 2/3 majority, not by a simple majority. Yeah. Now I hand over the chair position to Kritika. She will be the one handling the rest of the policy documents. Now, to Kritika.
So now moving over to the motion to adopt policy 2, proposer is Molly Mehta, VPE. The policy is about policy document for social accountability in medical schools. Policy proposers are Koshagala and Nishan Nagpal. And now the voting would be open.
Ritika, can I just come in here?
Yes.
I would like to withdraw this. I would like to withdraw this policy. This motion.
Sure. So the policy is withdrawn by the proposer, Molly Mehta, RVPE. Now moving on to the motion to adopt policy 3. Proposer is Molly Mehta, RVPE. Policy is policy document on health and climate action. Policy proposer are Salman Khan and Arpita Pava. Now the votings would be open. The voting is open. Please kindly vote. So we got 18 votes, 1 is left. Okay, so we got all 19 votes and 19 are in favor, so the policy would be adopted by the 2/3 majority. Coming to the next motion to adopt policy 4, proposer Molly Mehta, position VPE. Policy is policy document on mental health. Policy proposer are Salman Khan and Arpita Pava. Now the ground will be open for the voting. So we got 18 votes, 1 left. So we are done with all 19 votes and 19 are in favor, hence the policy would be adopted by the 2/3 majority. Coming to the next policy, motion to adopt policy 5. The proposer is Molly Mehta, position VPE. Policy is policy document on adolescent health. Policy proposer are Urmi Jindal, Varisha Fatima, and Durmil Patel. The floor would be open for the voting now. So we got all 19 votes and 13 are in favor. So 6 are against and 13 are in favor. So policy would be adopted by 2/3 majority as we needed 13 votes for the policy to be adopted. Coming to the next policy, the last policy, it is motion to adopt policy 6. Yes, Pranav?
Purva has joined, so the number of votes have now come up to 20. So the 2/3 majority remains as 13, I guess.
Okay.
I would still like to verify that. No, it has become 14. We would have 14 votes.
For the 2/3 majority now, we'll be needing 14 votes to pass a policy. Coming to the last policy, motion to adopt policy 6. The proposer is Molly Mehta, position VPE. Policy is policy document on comprehensive sexuality education. Policy proposer are Urmi Jindal, Varisha Fatima, and Durmil Patel. Now the floor is open for the voting. So we got 18 votes, 2 more to go. One more. So we got all 20 votes, 11 are in favor and 8 are against it, and 1 is abstained. So the motion fails because it didn't get a 2/3 majority. So the policy document would not be adopted. Now I would like to hand over the floor to Pranav. Thank you.
Thank you, Kritika. And coming back to the last part of today's plenary is adoption of guidelines. As before, the guidelines have been sent on the MSAI server. I hope everyone has read it. And there is only one guideline to be adopted today, which is the Anti-Sexual Harassment Committee guidelines. I hope everyone has read through what the ASH, that's what it stands for short, committee guidelines are. And again, we would be following the same as policy documents, would be going for direct vote and would require 2/3 majority to pass. Since we have 20 voters, 2/3 majority is 14 people. Anything less than that and the motion fails, that guidelines are not adopted and would be carried forward or whenever required. So now, next slide, please. Yeah. So motion to adopt ASH guidelines. The proposer is Molly Mehta. Position is VPE. The guidelines are as follows. The ASH committee guidelines, which were shared on the MSAI server. I would be starting the voting. Oh, I did not create the voting. Give me a minute. Okay. And it is now open. I have received 17 votes, waiting for 3 more. And I've received 20 votes. Closing the panel. the vote. The results are as follows. In favor, 19 votes, no against, 1 abstention. So this guidelines has been adopted by 2/3 majority. Congratulations. We are done with today's agenda. The plenary, I give back the floor to the EB. Thank you so much. Today has been a very short and sweet plenary. And I hope the observers and everyone understood what a plenary is. Because tomorrow onwards, we would continue on with candidature presentation and election of the candidates for the EBTO of 2021-2022. That is all from my side. Purva, Prabha.
Thank you so much, and congratulations on finishing day 1 of our plenaries. Congratulations also to the plenary team for hosting this without any major glitches. And thank you for everybody who was able to join. We know that these are testing times and being around for such long meetings is also difficult, but thanks for that. And we will adjourn again tomorrow. But for now, that's about it. And if there are any questions that anybody, be it members, be it candidates, be it the current officials have in terms of the plenary, or if somebody is not clear about plenary procedures, please feel free to get in touch with the plenary team directly. Their contact details have been shared on the email server multiple times. Thank you so much. With that, we can call this a day.